Welcome back to Unified Reality, everyone. On today's episode, we have Luc Langevin, The Art of Illusion and the Creator Economy. Hello, Luc. How are you?
Hi, Azad. I'm good. Thanks.
It's great to have you.
Thanks.
And we're going to show some B-roll. So we did a lot of captures, a lot of cool things. We're going to see some illusions in 3D. So I want to just jump right into it. I've been following your careers for a while. I'm from Montreal. You're from Montreal. We are both native Québécois. And I'd like to right away jump off to the part of when did it happen, right? When did the fascination for illusion start for you?
It starts really young. I was, I think, 6 years old. The first time I saw a magician for the first time. And I just find incredible that an adult can have that kind of job, doing things that are impossible and amaze people. So the second I saw that, I wanted to reproduce what I saw. So my parents bought all the magic kit they could find, and I start to learn. And by the age of 12, I start doing my first shows for the family, for the friends. And when I was like 16, I start to say, "Oh, I would like to be a real magician when I will be later." So my parents didn't like that very much, but I kept doing my thing. And when I was, I think I was 24, the first time a producer spotted me in an audition, and then I shot my first TV series. But I was doing studies in science while I was working my magic too, because everyone was telling me you can earn your life doing magic. So I thought, well, if I cannot be a magician, I'll be an engineer, or I will, because for me, science is it's kind of magic. It's like a magic that is legal, that is accepted in the.
Well, it is, right?
It is,
Not
yeah.
to cut you, but magic used to be at some point in society seen like science, and science was magic.
Exactly.
So it makes sense.
Like a century ago would be magic.
Yeah, totally.
So for me, I told to myself, if I learn to do really cool thing with science, maybe later I can become a real magician. So that was the spirit. So
Now you mentioned physics, right? So, and you said it's because obviously magic wasn't 100% proof, and that you still went to school. But today you are a magician, you are an illusionist. How does science help you create better illusions?
in many ways, in fact, in three ways. First of all, there's a lot of magic tricks that works by unknown scientific principle with magnets, with all kind of stuff. So when you're a scientist, you're aware of those phenomena, and you can use it to create new magic tricks. So when I was at the university, I specialized myself in optics. So to understand the principle of how works a mirror, a lens, the eye, and in order to be able to create new tricks. So that's one way. So science helped me create new magic tricks, but also it helps me present it. When I do a magic tricks, often I will before I will make an object levitate, I will talk about the gravity and the what hold us to the ground. So in the how do you say that, the pattern, the presentation,
The
the
storytelling
storytelling exactly
involves.
evolves science. So it's removed like the clown aspect of the magic. It's more credible to talk about science when you do something. So that's another point. And the last thing, it's kind of a signature for me to use science. So in my first TV show, we used to have equation around my movement, and every episode has a scientific theme. So it's really the way I'm differentiating. I'm how do you say that? I manage my way. I make myself different from the other
Yeah,
magicians.
you define yourself
Exactly.
with
Definition that is
with
unique.
science, and I'd say physics, right? That's super interesting. And kids, if you want to be a magician, don't forget physics.
Yeah.
So now, like we understand your passion and how you came to it, and that you're using your background in education. Now, how does this intersect with technology?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think when you do magic, you want to do extraordinary. That's a tough word.
Yeah.
Extraordinary things with ordinary things. So more and more technology become ordinary things because we all use it. It became like everywhere in our life. So as a magician, if you want to make ordinary life magical, you have to do magic with those things, with technology.
Yeah.
So that was my spirit. So the first time, for example, smartphone arrived in our life, I immediately start to think, how can I do magic with that? We all have a screen in our hand. We must do something with that, like play a video and make the video real, or take an object in the video and remove it for real, or things like that. So technology is kind of give us new opportunity in the tools we use, but also there are also all the technology that is invisible, the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, all those things are tools. Again, since we don't see it, well, we can use it to give the impression of transmission of thought or every. So
Very interesting.
every technology, in fact, like we said at the beginning, technology is magic.
Yeah. So,
So
like you just mentioned Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, we don't see these. If you try to explain to someone, it's magic.
exactly.
And technically it is. You were sending electricity through the air.
Exactly. And for most people, it's kind of magic for real. We say to them, it's not magic, it's technology, it's science. They don't understand the science behind, but they say, okay, it's science. So it's kind of a magic that we accept.
No, it's
So
true. It's so true. And Wi-Fi is a perfect example of that. Have you ever used Wi-Fi in an illusion?
oh, a lot. Yeah.
I won't ask where, when, but
Uh,
that's interesting.
yeah, well, we use a lot, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything. Each time there's a new technology coming, I'm always,
You right away you
how
test
can I
it.
use that? Because there's there's a magic, how do you say? There's a magic area around every technology, so it's
Yeah,
easier to work with that than it is
you're
to work
you're
with a
you're
normal.
totally right.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that people don't understand fully,
Exactly. Yeah.
you can play with that
Exactly. Yeah.
and create an illusion. Now, furthermore in technology, when was it that you discovered, let's say, augmented reality or virtual reality, and does this interest you?
Well, it started just before the pandemic. I don't know how. I was talking. Yeah, I did a talk. I think it was in Sherbrooke, and there was a guy there that was working on financing startups and technology, and he talked me about AR and VR, which is, I know it exists, but never really played with that. So he just talked to me about that, and I start to wonder what would look magic performance in VR or AR. Is there an opportunity there? I start to think about it. Then COVID-19 arrived, so everything changed. But I kept thinking about it, and after the pandemic, I said maybe there's an opportunity there. Maybe there's the content we look in VR or AR. Maybe there's I don't know how to explain it, an opportunity for a magician to make something with magic that we cannot do in reality. So that's how I start to think about it.
It's totally right, and you had the right judgment, because when I got into VR, it was really about making someone travel to somewhere that they cannot go in real life.
Exactly.
Example, yes, we can go to the Mount Everest, but not everyone has the time or the finances to go, and it's also dangerous. So if I place a camera there, I could make you travel. That's my little piece of magic.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
traveling. So now yeah, you're right. And
That's a good point because virtual and augmented reality will never be as real as reality. But if you give an experience to people that they cannot experience in reality, like going on the top of Everest or in space or inside the human body, now there's a reason to use those technologies because we can experience something that is impossible in reality.
Yeah, well said. And so just a little anecdote. When we started VR, I had some employees that, Google had this statistic by 2018 there will be, I don't know, it was like 4 billion VR headset. It's obviously wasn't true. We knew. And this is what Richard, our CTO, always used to say. There has to be a reason why you wear it.
Yeah.
Right. And now let's say about for illusions. The reason would be that I want to see this illusion up close in a personal format, something that I could never live.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted, even if I pay to go to see Luc's show, I can't actually go on stage and look at every little angle, pause it.
Exactly, because some people say when I talked about magic in virtual reality, they say, well, in virtual reality or augmented reality, everything is possible. So what will you do that will be impressive, since we know that everything can be created? But that's what you mentioned. In virtual reality, people can be very close to the magician, closer than if you would be that close in reality. That would be really intrusive.
Yeah.
So, so, so there's an intimacy that can be used there. I love to think that let's say I do a magic trick for you in virtual reality. It's like if you have a show, but on a one-on-one.
Yeah.
You will never in real life having a magic show just for you. So this is an opportunity that technology brings us.
I agree that one-on-one gives it a power. That experience becomes way more augmented, let's say.
Yeah.
I really believe so too. And let's see what we can create together.
Exactly.
So now, moving towards a bit more of, yes, technology, but content, right? And viral content, and the rise of YouTube and UGC, user-generated content. I think we were both around when videos were there, but now it has exploded. Do you use social media or content marketing to promote your shows or yourself?
Yeah, of course. You can. You can have. It's the only way right now to because what let me start again. When I started to do magic, it was on TV. Facebook was around at that time, but not that much. But if I would to go from scratch now, I would go on YouTube, and that's what every magician are doing right now, because that's the way it's so hard right now to enter with a TV series or anything, go on Netflix. So you go on social media and you do your things like a lot of artists. So I don't use it as much as I should probably, because since I had a career on TV and then start to do a stage show, I kind of get my
you're pretty much known here, and you have a fan base.
Yeah, but it's I'm always looking at what trick can I do on social media that I cannot do live to find what, because I don't want to give an experience to people that is less impressive than what they would get if it was live.
I totally understand.
So
totally.
So when we do contents, we do it with the camera going very close, giving them a point of view that they wouldn't get otherwise. So that's the way I try to use social media.
And do you keep those tricks until you've done your whole tour and do it after? Like, let's say I have some comedian friends, they don't say the joke until they finish the tour.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good strategy. And, when I have a good magic trick, I cannot just put it on social media. It's way too much work to just give it to Google.
It has value.
Yeah, it has a value. So, of course, I will do it in real show as much as I can before I would post it there. But I have other contents, other tricks that I will show before, to make people know me. But it's really counterintuitive to give the contents to those giants. But that's the only way, right?
You have to kind of play this game now.
Yeah, so
the give and take
exactly
of the big tech companies taking all our data. That's another story.
Yeah.
But I have a question as a pause. How long does it take you to imagine a new illusion and then to test it and to then present it to the public? Like, where does it start all the way to the public?
It can be a really long process or really short, but most of the time is many weeks. A trick takes many weeks. If it's a trick that goes on a stage show, it can be many years, because it's really complex. Because when you do a trick on stage, it has to work with every angle in every theater, and you have to set it up and
Readjust.
yeah. So that's longer, but for a close-up trick, a card trick or a coin trick, it can go really fast because you can find something. Oh, I can do this, and you practice a little, and the next day you can perform it. So it really depends where the trick will go.
Will go. I see.
But
And also, is there a lot of practice involved in the public, or is most of the practice by yourself?
it's a lot by myself. Yeah, because when you arrive at the point that you're presenting the trick to a public, it has to work. It cannot be at 50%. Everything, if you see the secret of the trick a little, it's like seeing it all the way. So when we do a stage show, we don't have like 15 show before with test people. We can't do that. So it's really, it takes guts to the first show of the tour. I sweat a lot.
It's a lot of anxiety at first and
Yes.
nervousness.
Usually we try to have the trick work really well, and the adjustment is with the music, the light, and everything around. But the trick, the magical thing has to work. So we really do it on a close set with and everybody, do we think this is magical? Yes, okay, we'll do it now. And then we
have two things that come to mind. Have someone discovered your magic trick while you were doing it, and how did that feel?
Well, let me answer that. As a magician or as an illusionist, we have an advantage. People don't know how the tricks will end. So while I'm doing the trick, if I see that things are not going like I was expecting it, I can stop the trick or finish it in another way, and nobody will never know that wasn't
what was planned.
Yeah. So that's really a good advantage, because when I'm not 100% sure it's gonna work, I improvise and we finish the trick in another way. So, and people don't know there's an elephant that was supposed to appear, but they will never see it, so, for example. So
yeah, that's interesting. So you can actually freestyle, something you already know, and modify it.
It's really easy to do it with close-up magic. With stage magic, it's
if you have like moving parts, I guess it's very complicated.
But we have plan B and plan C with all the technicians, and so they know that if I say that word.
Oh, so you actually have plan B and C.
Oh yeah, we
you have to, right?
We have to.
And is it because of mistakes that you might make, or just something that happens in the crowd, or reaction?
Most of the time it's not my mistake. It's not because I don't do mistakes, but there's an illusion on stage. It's so fragile. Is that a word?
Yeah, it's fragile, and it's
really, you don't light it the right way, it won't work. You don't put the right music at that time, so it won't hide that sound that we want to hide. So it's really fragile. So if someone makes mistakes, everything goes down. It's like a card castle,
a dominoes. I get it. So let's say the sound technician didn't put the sound right. Now it's gonna kind of mess up everything, and you have to kind of go plan B.
Yeah,
because of this thing that happened.
And sometimes it's not the theme. It's a theater has a special setup of
something. And I could even say, even if, let's say, electricity goes out for one second,
would kill a lot of yeah. But in one theater, for example, the exit panel, the red exit panel, the lights would damage one of well, not damage, but
it was creating a reflection,
yeah,
and it was
that,
causing.
yeah. So
That is.
so that's the kind of things that can happen.
I have another question on not failures, but actually successes. What's the success rate based on? Is it only you, or it's also the environment?
It's a combination of both. We try to make the trick so that we control a maximum of things, so that external aspect won't have an input on the tricks. But sometimes it's not possible, and we have to live with that. I was doing one trick in my last show where we were calling someone in FaceTime, and we were broadcasting the person in his or her room, and I would make something disappear on stage, and it would appear in at the people
At their house?
yeah. But that was each time we don't know who will be the person who will it be nude, will it be, we don't know.
Oh.
So but we'll live with the risk of
Something.
so, and sometimes it didn't work, sometimes it went.
How does this? That's real magic, though. So you were showing an object here, and it would appear on the other side.
Yeah, that's there's a good story about that trick, because we developed it during the pandemic. During COVID-19, every show stopped. So I created a show called Interconnected, which was an online show. And I was doing it all was created with that knowing that people will watch the show on the screen on their laptop. And I asked myself what magic trick would be more impressive that way. So, and that was one. If I make if I ask you, Azad, to pick a card and I make it disappear and it reappear in your pocket, it's a good trick.
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
It's even better if we're in FaceTime.
Yeah, because here I could say, okay, maybe physically,
yeah.
But FaceTime, I'm like, how did he do that?
So that was the spirit. The first time I wrote that, I didn't know how can I do that, but that would be impressive, and I cannot do that trick in a theater show. So, and I also find another. I say, if I do a prediction in the emails. So if I send you an email, I say, look, if you received my email, but don't open it. So people can say, yeah, okay, I've received it. And then I ask people, can you name a sports, a playing card, an animal? And they say a cat, 5 of spades, and a basketball. And then they opened the email I would have sent them before, and there were a picture of a cat and a basketball.
Wow.
And a 5 of spades. So that was kind of a prediction in their email. That was cool because they keep the picture in the mail as a souvenir. And again, that's not a trick I can do in theater. I don't have every emails of every people. They won't give it to me. Even if I asked, they would say, "Oh, yeah, he's gonna spam me." But in an online show, I have every so I can do it, and it's interactive. People in their home receive an email, so it's engaging. So
we worked on a lot of virtual shows. I never heard of anyone doing something as cool as this. Oh, well, this is really cool.
Yeah, we had a great success with that show. I've done it like for 2 years. We were doing 6 shows a week, 2 per day during 3 days, 1 for Europeans and 1 for Americans, because they were on 2 time zone. And we did
that's incredible. So during COVID and during the lockdowns, you really did not shy away. You just doubled up, said, okay, It's lockdown. I'm going to find a trick and I'm going to get it done.
And that's the moment when I said to myself, I have to use technology, because that I saw this opportunity to do trick I couldn't do otherwise. And that's why after the success of that show, I went back to AR and VR, and I asked myself, what are those media? What can I do with what tricks can I do with this that I cannot do on stage? And that started everything.
That's super cool. I love it. I have this mini question. You mentioned, so you said that you wanted to make something appear in their house, and you worked backwards, right? Do you do this a lot with your tricks, like the end goal of the trick and then work backwards?
Yeah, most of the time I start with the what I want the people to experience, what they will see, and then how can I do it? So most of the time I work that way. Sometimes it's the other way. I find a cool uh, physics things or something, a magnet, some anything, and oh, what trick can I do with that? That's what I do with AR and VR. I have these tools. What magic can I? So it goes both way, but ultimately, what we want is make people amazed. So I like to start from there and
We want to entertain them, make them have fun.
exactly
Um,
forget about the reality,
which is not that fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's fun for us because we're creatives, but we want to share that fun with everyone else. Um, now, so after COVID, you went back to touring again, right?
Yeah.
And to what level are you still involved on TV? Like, do you do more touring than TV, or it's about the same?
I did less TV on the last years. And last summer we ended my last tour, which was my third show. Now I'm working hard on my fourth show, which will be the bigger I ever done before. I have a new team.
We can't wait to see it.
Me too.
But so bigger team,
yeah, bigger team, bigger illusion. We the tickets are selling right now. We will go in Europe. We will be
nice.
all around Quebec, and I'm also working on new TV shows. Also publishing stuff on social media. So everywhere as I'm working on AR, VR, everywhere I can bring magic. I try
all those cool things. So now, going back to the shows. Is it like before the lockdown? Do you see a difference in attendance or even reaction of show?
Yeah, exactly. Because with the lockdown, people kind of get used to stay at home. They have Netflix, they have everything that comes to them. So in order to have them get out of their house and attend an event, you really need to create an event like a feeling of it's now or never. I have to go see that
missing out.
Yeah. So, and that's why we're working on the biggest show of my career, because we know that the time is, people will come if it's big, if it's so. So that's the spirit behind, and also of showing them illusion that they cannot see elsewhere, that you cannot experience on TV or on TikTok. So we work on illusion where magic happens near them in the theater, thing floating above their heads, or
cool.
Magic happening in the lobby when they're entering, and things like that. Things that create thing they never saw before, and you don't know where to put it in your head because you never saw.
You have the wow factor the first time. It's super entertaining. So I believe that people want to go out, and like you said, they're kind of used to, we got used to Netflix and all these things. I think that we have to just up our experiences a bit more.
Exactly, yeah.
And I feel like we also have to maybe bring in a bit of that technology into the show, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Have you started experimenting with, let's say, projections or touch screens or anything of that sort?
All these things. I've always used a lot of video projection in my shows, but now we're looking to like touch screen technology. I want to do tricks. I did in the last show, but I want to do it again. Do tricks where people all take their smartphone and do something. That's the kind of thing we work on.
Yes, it's fascinating, and I'm going to give you some tips and tools and some friends that do this a lot.
Right.
There's a company I worked with a lot that they made a band.
Okay.
And it's called Connect and Go. I don't know if you know them. And usually what you do is you go, let's say, to Disney or La Ronde, right? You buy this band.
Okay.
And you could charge it to pay things. Cool. But when you're going places, it lights up sometimes. And sometimes when you're a crowd and there's a music playing, this thing becomes like that music orchestra. So all the kids are like, oh, it's lighting up. Oh, I have the blue one. You have the red one.
That's great.
And I figured out a way to do that on the phones. I was like, because everybody has a phone, right? And it has so much light. Think
Yeah.
of a dark room where everybody has
Mm,
light coming out with something specific. I think there's something to do there.
totally.
Um,
I'm interested.
yes, and I'll share very soon all about that. So, where do you see the future of events? We're still in events. I believe so.
Yeah, I think we will always want to gather ourselves in the real world. But how can we use technology to push it a little further?
Uh,
When we're together, can we create a world? Can we create something that is unreal, but that will make feels us?
make
Uh,
us feel better and
yeah,
make the real world better, maybe.
yeah. At
Ye-
least for that, the time we'll be there, and maybe we will bring a bit of that amazement at home after, and we will be lighter and just.
So Jose, your manager, and shout out to him. He was mentioning like, why did you call your show Unified Reality?
Yeah.
And my mentality with the team, all of us together, is virtual is good. We love it. We love Netflix, but I also love real life better. I like this better.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
how can we make this better because of that?
Yeah.
Because obviously we're not going to forget our phones. It's too advanced. Like we all
Exactly.
have a phone. So can we make our lives better with technology? That's really my goal with why I'm being so creative and I'm trying to create content and all this cuz I'm a scientist just like you. I could just go back and make a software and not care,
Mhm.
but I really want to be creative, and I do this show is also part of that, is to talk about these things and
Mhm.
maybe
Of course.
tell the younger ones like you don't absolutely have to play a game all the time. We used to go outside, you should go outside. So yeah, that's the idea with unified reality. So
Totally. When TV comes out, when you look at TV, it's in 2 dimension, is not as good as reality, but we use it to tell stories, to watch TV show, and then after having watching them, we talk together about what we saw and create experiences. Now we have to find with AR, with VR, what experience can we create that will make people talk about and share what they feels and.
beautiful, beautiful. It's always about empathy to me, emotions, telling a story.
Exactly.
If we can push emotions, good ones, I think we have done our job.
Exactly. And I totally agree.
That's great. And so, because you're an illusionist and an artist, you must have an entrepreneur background. It's just necessary, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's levels. Some of us, we have managers and teams and all kinds of stuff, and some of us are really just managing our own. Now, if I was to tell you, are you an entrepreneur?
Well, I think yes. Now at that level, you mentioned I have a manager, Joselito, which I like a lot. I love him, and I have a producer that take care of the show, and all the team that take cares of all that business side of magic. But magic is show business, and the word show business, there's show, but there's business also, and it's true for magic because if you want to make a car appear, you need one. So you have to buy one. So you need money. So you have to be aware of all those things. And when you have an idea of an illusion and you want to create, you have to buy stuff and construct and hire someone to do that. So you kind of don't really have a choice to be an entrepreneur and going that way. And if you do magic, but you're not able to sell yourself, to convince people to pay to see what you have to show them, then you're not doing anything. So it's kind of you don't have a choice, and I think, but you learn a lot.
Do you like that part of what you do?
I used to love it a lot, but the more I progress, the more I focus on magic and leave the business for other because that's the part.
No, I agree. Especially even me, right? I'm an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. I'm not in show business necessarily like that, but even me, I have to focus on what I'm good at, what I like to
Exactly.
do. And even when I bring people to the team or when we hire or we have new partners, we don't want someone that could do everything. Yes, you know about everything, but you have to have a specialty and you have to be passionate about it and say, I'm at this table, I could do this. Okay, perfect. That's your job. And we all move forward as a team.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, you want to work with the best.
Yes.
We are entrepreneur. Are we the best entrepreneur in the world? Maybe not, but maybe we can work with the best and do what the thing we do best with them.
Well said. Well said. And so now we're waiting for some illusions on the screen. Are you going to make something appear at home to someone?
Oh, maybe we can try.
We'll try. I'm gonna we're getting towards the end of the episode. I wanted for you to maybe mention a few advices that you would have for upcoming, artists, not necessarily just illusionists, right? But just artists in general, and then illusionists as well, which in the bigger term I would say entrepreneurs, but creative entrepreneurs.
Yeah, well, in the last months, I realized, and my manager, Josilto, bring a lot of that when you're connected to what you have inside, to your heart, what you feel, you're connected to what you feel, and you try to bring that out and share it with people. That's the best start you can have to create something. You take something unique, you have something you feel inside, and find a way of that's the best spirit, I should say. So if you're an artist and you're trying to find a way to make your way in the show business or anywhere, ask yourself, what do you have inside that you want to say, that you want to share? And now find a better way of doing that. That's the best starting point. So
That's beautiful
advice.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Do you have anything you want to share more with us? I know you have your upcoming show. We don't have any dates for that, or do we?
Yeah, the first show will be in July 2020. Well, next July.
Next July?
It's going to start there, and it's going
to... Are we starting in Quebec or in Europe?
We're starting in Quebec, and then we'll be going in Europe. I think at the end of the year, we'll be in Paris and
Excellent, mon ami. Je suis très content pour toi. That's our French side.
Yeah. You'll have tickets, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Honored. One last thing. Anything that you want to promote, like your website, or I will link all the links in the comments. But if you want us to visit anything,
no, if people want to see magic, I have a website that we're working on right now because we're changing it. But I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm everywhere, and maybe I'll be in your headset soon.
Or hopefully very soon. And thank you very much, my friend. It was a pleasure to have you. And hopefully we'll have you again. And we will see you in the metaverse.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
See you there.
Take care. Very good.
Oh, that was fun. Thank you.